Those Swedish girls are tough to beat.
They have a very strong and very young team now coming up. So
Clara, the big
got
four.
that one in.
4, 6, 7, 10 standing looking at us. Not a pleasant sight. Especially working on a strike and when Mai Yinge has a double to start off with. Our internet line must be a little slow because the picture I'm getting is very, very jerky. That takes the 2 pins. You know, looking back over all the years I've been in bowling, I don't think I've ever seen the 4, 6, 7, 10 converted.
I actually think somebody did it this week.
Did they? I never saw it.
I don't remember who it was. It was on 11-12, I think.
I saw Heidi Thorstenstein from Norway on 13 and 14, left the 5, 7, 10.
Oh, I missed that one.
You missed that one. Not a lot of people saw it. I was doing an interview with her and I asked her about it and she said she was so surprised, but she was so pleased nobody commented on it.
Yeah.
That's a better ball, Clara Guaro. Solid strike after.
I think about commenting about 5, 7, 10s and stuff. Sometimes that's different in women's bowling. We see more 5, 7s and 5, 10s all over, and I mean, yeah, we just don't make a big deal of it. Try to pick up what's left and get on with the next frame.
Way back in the 60s when I was bowling International 5 tournament and in Paris at the old Bois de Boulogne Centre.
Yeah.
I was lead off on the team, and the first frame I led off with a 7-10 split. Then the second frame I got up there and bowled and left a 5-7-10. The French were highly amused.
Yeah.
Right, a good ball from this time. 10 pin does a little dance, comes across, and
it's like you see when she gets more focused, you see the energy just move right into her ball. That's definitely what she's shown on these last 3 shots. They were just real good strikes.
Well, Mai was 20 pins adrift to Clara Guaro after the first game, 241 to 221. But she's coming back with a turkey after the first 3 frames, while Clara Guaro had a strike, left the big 4, the 4, 6, 7, 10, picked up 2, and then followed that with a strike. So she is 15, 20 pins down right now, depending on what Mai Yinge does in this, the 4th frame. And that ball is looking very good.
You got it, yeah.
4 strikes in a row for Mai Yinge, so she keeps that up. It could go into a 3-game final.
That's definitely how it looks at the moment. Clara will look to get back and do her share of striking. She had a game last where we saw a game last where it was a split early, but at the end of the game it still came down to the 10th frame, so you never know what happens.
That's high. Gets away leaving the 3 pin. I saw her bowling a couple of frames, and it had 2 consecutive 7-10 splits when she was bowling in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, I think at that point she was trying out balls and lines because she already lost that game. Rebecca was throwing a 260 at her, and I saw her picking up some other balls and doing things. So still it was 2 7-10s, but I think she was also just experimenting a little bit at that point. She ended back throwing her ransom demand that she's now playing from Colombia. So it must be where she's most confident with at the moment.
Girls from Colombia were a really strong force in bowling, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. It's a little, even maybe a little bit more than 10 years. From '99, at least
trying
they
to-
won the World Championships in '99 in Abu Dhabi with the team.
Trying to
That's
remember the names of some of the bowlers.
You have Luz here.
Yeah, Luz Adriana Leal, she has moved from Colombia to Barcelona. She works for the fantastic Catalan Bowling Federation here now.
In '99 was the first time, I think, for Clara in the Colombian team. I remember her in Abu Dhabi at the World Championships being 14 and throwing the highest series of her career at that point, 700 something over the team, 3 games to lead Colombia to the gold medal. Real great debut for a youngster of her age, and she didn't stop at that. So
Yeah, I was there, but don't remember it, I'm ashamed to say. Was that where Jerry Verbruggen won the men's masters? If I remember rightly.
good. Oh, that was a tough break. 7 pin
Or
standing.
fifth frame leaves the 7 pin. Four strikes in a row and a 9 count, so that puts her onto a 279 instead of a 300 if she can manage to strike out. She's using one of your competitors' balls. She's a great Brunswick fan, as you can see
Yeah.
by the Brunswick.
Yeah. She's playing with the Brunswick Nexus.
Did you have anybody in the finals with Ebonite?
I got Clara.
Oh, it's Clara.
Yeah,
Of
it's-
course,
it's-
Clara's bowls under
It's
the Columbia
but it's
300 label.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So it's Brunswick versus Ebonite
Yeah.
for the title.
Yep.
That's why you're always supporting Clara. Oh, now I know. The secret
Yeah,
is out.
It's a matter of choosing your position, and in this weekend I'm choosing ladies bowling, so
Okay.
I'm trying to stay neutral, but of course don't force me in a corner and let me choose. I mean, Mai has the advantage of being Danish, of course, and my heart is Danish, so I wouldn't mind her winning as well.
Did you bowl on the Danish national team?
Yeah, I did. Only for 12 years. I bowled
Told
with
you
Mai.
my-
I bowled with Mai on the national team.
Told you my memory's shot.
Then you don't have problems with hearing the same stories all the time. No, I bowled with Mai and her sister as well in the national team.
You don't see much of Anya now. Mine Anya, Women's World Championships in Bobblingen in Germany, they had gold medal in the
The
doubles, I think.
European, yeah.
Yeah.
European.
Oh, was it European?
Yeah.
That was
They
in,
won, right?
yeah.
No, Anya's decided to take a sabbatical from the team. Also, Rege is having, she's now pregnant, so she will not be
Oh.
at the European Women's this year.
Didn't know there was a little Agabo on the way.
No, there is. So there will be some youngsters getting the chance of their place in the Danish team.
That's why Jesper Agabo is going around with a big smile on his face.
Knowing Jesper, he is always, isn't he? But maybe it's just a little bit bigger now. That's possible.
Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing them in a couple of weeks because I'll be going to Aalborg for the European Youth Championships.
Okay.
at the Leuven Bowling Centre. So I expect Jesper will come in and show his face if he's in Aalborg. I think he has a pro shop in Copenhagen, doesn't he? At the bowling hall and bowling centre in Lodova?
No, he's in closer to the airport. It's called Lanes and Lounges in Tørstrup, it's called. Tornby.
Right, come on, Clara Guerrero. You only one strike. Oh no, you had 2 strikes so far. But,
she's getting a strike, but she's keeping a fairly tight line, and
I think
it looks like she has to be very precise the way she's bowling right now.
Yeah, it looks too tight a line.
Yeah.
A little bit more swing in Mai Ginger's ball.
Yeah, it looks like she tried a few times, but that she's not really confident in opening up the lanes. And I think that's why she tried with practice with the other ball she has on the rack. It's a Columbia benchmark, and that one just rolled too early. So it looks like she doesn't have quite the alternative in the material that she would want at this moment.
And tremendous pressure too, because she really wants to defend this title and to defend the Brunswick Euro Challenge title next week in Paris. And that was fantastic last year. But she swung that, 6 or 7 boards?
Yeah.
Maybe more? Hard to say. We're sitting directly behind lane 8.
She has a very good roll on the ball at this moment. But we know it's bowling, so everything can be turned around right away when this game is over, and then the final game will decide.
Yeah, it's never over until it's over. See how many boards. Can you see how many boards she's going to swing that ball?
Can try.
It's too shiny, the thing.
Yeah, it's difficult from the light.
Oh yeah.
It's going like 15 at the arrows to 8, around 8 at the break point.
Left her 210, but the 10 kindly disappeared into the pit.
She made a comment earlier this weekend when we were on pairing up for the qualification that she didn't remember the last time that she actually had to try and slower the ball speed, because it looked at that point like it gave her better pin action.
Yeah, she's certainly looking in fine fettle here. Started with 4 in a row, then 2 spares, a strike, and another spare. And the spares are all 9s, I think.
Yep.
Right, Clara on the 7th frame.
You see it again, she's making it much too difficult for herself, playing it so tight. But I see her now taking off the wristband for a spare. Actually, she played this morning also without the wristband for her first ball, and she did that when she qualified with the high series. So when she weren't doing so well in the final, I heard she put on the wristband, and then it just from there she was just on fire. So that was one of her tools this week to change the roll of the ball.
Right, that was the 8th frame, not the 7th, and she's 178 with 2 frames to go. Oh no, that's the 178 is Mai Ginger.
Yeah.
134 is Clara Guerrero. The lights are flashing on both lanes, so that caused the confusion. 134.
So now you see she's picking up the other ball.